For the past year or so, I've been watching a science fiction show on the CW network called The 100. And even though I like the show very much, the thing I hate the most about it is its horrible, horrible, horrible scientific inaccuracy. So before I get into that sort of thing, let me introduce the show to you. Okay, it all started. The premise behind the show starts in the mid 21st century when nuclear war breaks out, and at the same time there were roughly a dozen or so space stations in orbit, inhabited space stations in orbit. And as I recall, one of those space stations was destroyed during the nuclear attack, while the rest survived. And with the devastation on Earth happening, billions of deaths, radioactive fallout, nuclear winter, what have you, the surviving space stations decided to combine and create one ginormous space station they call the Ark. And then roughly 100 years have passed, and things have been going reasonably well for the people of the Ark, until the leadership of the Ark discovered that their life support system was collapsing. And at the time being, it was a top secret, I guess. Yeah. And so that means they figure they need to get to Earth before the life support system completely collapses. So to do that, they chose some guinea pigs, about 100 teens, to be sent in this huge drop ship and dumped on Earth. Anyway, the thing here is that on the Ark, all crimes are punishable by death. So whether you steal a loaf of bread or kill someone, you get the same style of execution, spacing, or as they call it in the show, floating or floated. You dump somebody in an airlock, open the outer doors, and let them fly out and die in space. But anyone under the age of 18 doesn't get executed when they commit a crime. They just go to jail. And as a consequence, 100 of these jailbirds were put into the dropship and sent to Earth. And another interesting thing, I'm going to call it that, is that the first few episodes of the 100 was basically Lord of the Flies in the 22nd century. And I guess that's enough of the introduction. The first scientific inaccuracy I want to bring up is the concept of orbit. Now, I remember one episode where some kid asked an adult, what keeps the Ark in orbit? And I think the adult said something like, because the Ark is so far from Earth, it's not affected by Earth's gravity. Wrong. Gravity is the reason why objects orbit other objects in space. Because when an object is in orbit, it's in free fall, much like when a person skydives. That is, instead of falling directly toward the Earth, orbiting objects fall around the Earth. Yeah, like I said, it's free fall. Now I'm free falling, now I'm free falling, falling, now I'm free falling. Yes, I had to say that, or had to sing that, whatever. And next I'll talk about corpses in space. So this is the end of part 1. I'll deal with part 2 hopefully in a few minutes.